Hey everybody, Wisdom here. It is exactly now 3:30 a.m. Wednesday, July 2nd, 2014 here. I have not gotten to record in quite some time. I haven't gotten to make Countdown or Spyrise's videos live yet either. Reason I don't do that instantaneously, I want to have a corresponding vlog, and simply put, I have not had time to do that. So, instead of doing that, I'm going to record, and my thoughts are I can type out what I want there while these videos render. Now, this is Windup. This is the old Windup, the one that I got from the adventure pack, Shipwreck Island. Of course, I still think he belongs in Tower of Time, but that's just my and a lot of other people's opinions. That said, I do have the single pack Windup. I've thrown up a picture on Twitter a couple, I guess it's been like, what, 2 weekends now? Gonna cover that very soon along with some other things. There's single pack popcorn, which I don't necessarily need, but it is available. I believe Target got that first here in the US anyway. Windup came to GameStop in single pack first. I'll make my rounds tomorrow, probably, I guess later tonight now, maybe Thursday. Depends on the weather, still some severe stuff brewing. But nonetheless, this is Windup. If he seems slow to you right now, that's because he should be. He is not wound up. So, he might have one wind on him, we'll see. Yeah, primary attack right now is what they call short circuit. It's going to deal 15 to, let me get to my spreadsheet here. It's going to do, of course, 15 to 23 is what the numbers will tell you. And that is important to note. Note that it's saying to press A, and obviously on the Wii U, your primary attack is the Y button, even though it seems to me like it should be A. That's how they worded it. You saw the 23 there. So 15 to 23. However, it takes 3 presses of the A button to become wound up, if you will. But if I just press it one time, you're going to see a meter pop up over his head. With that meter, even partially pulled, our 15 to 23 is going to become 21 to 32. Press it a second time, still 21 to 32. Wind up all the way, and it's still going to be 21 to 32. Now, okay, didn't initiate it there. But basically what you get when you do wind up, which is his name, it's also a secondary attack, and interestingly enough, it is not hyphenated for those of you grammatical people out there. His name is hyphenated, the power up is not, you tell me. That said, instead of attempting to count the numbers of 20 and 30 that we're going to see there, I just did a numerical value in terms of time. It's going to run about 6 seconds, and it's going to do 20 to 30. Now, the thing is, while you wind up, he's going to do damage, 1 click each time. It'll be 25 to 38, and then of course now when I come in and press A, he's going to actually perform wind up, which is just spinning furiously and dealing damage. And again, you get roughly 6 seconds. So, now he is totally unwound right now, and as you can see, he is ridiculously slow in this state. This is when he's vulnerable. He looks nutty with that hat on. At some point in time, I figured what the heck with that. So, anyway, the thing is though, as I press A, note that he gets faster. And then when we're fully wound now, he's a character who's 43 actually seems faster than that. I don't know if it's because of the way he rotates and gyrates like a maniac or something. But as soon as we're unwind, he's fast during that time. That was decent range there with the 6 seconds. But then this is when it's dangerous. If you're in PvP or story mode, you're going to want to wind back up as quick as possible. And what hurts you even more, after you've done wind up, your primary attack will actually drop back from the 21, 32 down to 15 and 23. That said, we're going to talk to him. You will too this time.
Are you ready to achieve physical perfection to rival my own?
Anyway, it's interesting that the Shamrock hat actually rotates with the key. You can kind of see like the buckle in the front. That's kind of a cool touch there. Overcrank Stabilizer. This is his first base upgrade. That's all we're going to cover in this video. As you know, we do the 3 vids for the, regular characters. Swappers get 5. But we'll cover base upgrades here, then Toy Box, then Winder, and then kind of make our summations there. Overcrank Stabilizer. He's going to be a tough guy to document, I think. 320 is the price, but bear in mind I've got 18 wing sapphires. Price you would need with all the 18 wing sapphires, only 9,088, so he's got more than enough to make it happen. Press A rapidly to fill the wind-up meter. That's nothing new. When full, press A again to overcrank. During overcrank, press Y to cause a large explosion that damages nearby enemies. Now, fittingly, right before we came in here and I was showcasing that, I pressed Y and it just actually stops wind up. And of course, you can go back into your short circuit attack. So this time, during the wind up, if you will, he is actually going to apparently cause an explosion. So let's buy that and attempt to figure it out. I think I may have to take these one by one. We could actually pick up Spring Shot here. I guess we'll do that. This is his tertiary attack. I'm jumping out of order here just so we can kind of save time. Press X to shoot a spring that launches enemies into the air. Attacking launched enemies will deal automatic critical damage. So that's cool. The problem is we can't really showcase that here, and I hate having to go damage. Although he needs to. Interestingly, he's one of those characters I don't think I've ever gone stores with. So, let's just take a look at the spring first.
Spring into action.
I didn't know it was going to be actual damage. So 42 looks to be the primary number. So I'm thinking that 63 would be critical hit, which we'll probably never see. You can fire it off just at will, so that's kind of nice. I wonder what the range is on this. Let's go ahead and step away over here. Pretty good range. I mean, it's nothing too crazy now. He's doing 28 there, and that's because he's going back. If we wind back up. Let's go ahead and wind this one. Okay, we can't shoot the spring during that time. Huh. I'm wondering if it's registering that as a... Let's see. Figure this out.
Spring into action.
So it's taking like 1 or 2 hops and then hitting. What if that's doing... I'm not quite sure what the number is. He's totally unwound right now. I'm gonna go ahead and tap this twice. Trying to get him to... He's a very difficult character to make face a direction. I'm trying to get him to face this guy. Let's just back up, I guess. Why is that 42 every time? Good lord. Now that, I know it's taking multiple bounces here. And it's doing 42. He does jump surprisingly well. This honestly makes okay, so there's a 28 and 42. 42. I don't know. At that.
Spring into action.
I don't know. Press attack 3, which is X on the Wii U, to shoot a spring shot that launches enemies into the air. Attacking launched enemies will deal automatic hit. So I mean, like if that counted as you launching them, the subsequent hits should be 42s. And yet that guy is 42 every time. I don't really know how to document that. So spring shot, we're just going to put 28 to 42 and we'll run with that. And I assume that like if we launched, say that sheep was a Greeble, once we hit him a subsequent time with the spring after we hit him the first time, I'm guessing we need to do 42. Really odd thing there. That's it. Overcrank Stabilizer is the first base upgrade we picked up. Press attack 2, which is A to rapidly fill the wind-up meter. When full, press attack 2 to overcrank. During overcrank, press attack 1, which is Y, to cause a large explosion. So, alright, we're gonna wind up here. Actually,
Spin it to win it.
let's go ahead and get him over here. So still 25 to 38 on the actual wind.
Spin it to win it.
30, 45. Let's check the numbers on this one. What is up with this?
Spin it to win it.
Somehow, this dummy has been registered as someone that I launched with a sprint, and I don't know how, and it's not happened to any of the other dummies, because everything we do to that guy is critical hit. Case in point, it's 20 to 30, and it's doing 30. That's the primary. I mean, that's cranking out 32 every time, so Spring Shot will actually be very useful to launch enemies. It's just, I don't know why that guy registers as launched, and this guy doesn't. That's 21. Here's 32. I'm going to do the Spring Shot. 28 on him. If he'll ever face that guy, 32. So somehow he registered as launched, and he's taking critical damage every time, which is very, very weird. It's cool, but it's weird, and I have no explanation for that. Anyway, back to what we bought. Let's come over here so we get the standard numbers first. We're gonna just cut it up. So 25 and 38, that's still standard. And then 20 to 30. So nothing has changed aside from somehow that top dummy has been launched. So we're gonna do 25 to 38, and then while he's on random, I don't know what that is. Is it just 30? It appears to be 30. So that would be 30 to 45. Let's test it out on this guy since he's pretty good. Yeah, so 30 to 45 explosion. Not a very big range, I wouldn't say. I'm gonna actually type in the limited range there, so get that up and around there. So I don't know. Apparently something we did with that Spring Shot to that dummy got on account for instant critical hit, which is awesome. I don't know if that's how it's going to work with real enemies, or if it's like literally while they're in the air or something. We'll have to investigate that. That said, Winding Weapon is his second base upgrade. It is $448 with our discount. Press A to wind up, dealing increased damage, and this is a key element, pulling enemies in. Now, that is a good thing, and it can also be a bad thing. Obviously, it's a good thing if you're going to kill them, i.e. choppies. It's a bad thing if you wind up getting, you know, uncranked and you got some tough enemies there that have to rewind. So, anyway, 52. Okay, so that's still launched. Everything there is critical. It would be nice if it was like that all the time. Anyway, so 35. You gotta see the board tests. As you can see, what would be a critical hit off 35 to 53. So 35 to 53 on 3 wind-up times. So hopefully you know what I mean by that. If not, you can find out in the video. Since you're already watching the video, it will make sense to the spreadsheet. Anyway, this is kind of odd. I'm probably going to go ahead and do the paths tonight too. I'm really tired. But since that one guy seems to be locked in as Mr. Critical Hit, I'm going to take advantage of that with my time. So, that said, our final base upgrade is called Power Piston. $768 is the price. Press Y to deal increased punching damage. So this is kind of a nice run. We have a tertiary attack introduced. We have the primary and secondary upgraded, and then we've got secondary and primary working hand in hand on one. Now, this is where you pick a path. We'll deal with that later. If you're unsure, back up, watch the videos, check the blog, read the spreadsheet damage number, and take it from there. So, let's come over here so we don't run the spread. 25 is that number. We were doing 15 to 23, and then 21 to 32 unwound. So, let's go ahead and unwound. And see what we do. You know, actually, I'm not sure that he does that. So 25 to 38. Still going to be 25 to 38. So this one should be 38. Very interesting what that's happening. Anyway, 25 to 38. That's pretty much all there is to that one. So, I don't know what went down in the spring shot, but we shot this guy right here, and somehow he's registering as a launched enemy, and everything is critical hit with him. And then we do the same thing with these guys, and you'll occasionally see a critical hit, but it's not like they perpetually spin over. Strange things going on here tonight. That said, we're going to come back in Toy Box and Winder, two somewhat interesting paths. Very different as well. Winder to me is probably what I would take if I just had one, because in all honesty, the giant gloved hand that punches just looks really cool. Kind of unsure about pulling the enemies in there. That's kind of the crapshoot there. Toy Box is probably the safer path. May not pay off as much, but the thing I like, I could care less about the symbols. They may turn out to do good damage, but just me not knowing anything, but knowing that they're symbols, it is reminiscent of toys when I was a little kid, and the ancient antique ones, you know, what I saw growing up and everything, but not something that personally appeals to me. That said, if they do good damage, yeah, I'm all for it. What does appeal to me down Toy Box path is the toy gun. That's where you like shooting those little suction cup darts, which, like when you were a kid, if you ever got one to actually stick to something, it was like a small miracle, which totally defeated the purpose of them being suction cups, you know, since they never stuck to anything. You literally, I mean, I remember like having to lick the snot out of those things just to attempt to get it to stick to like a perfectly flat surface like a mirror. It was very disappointing. I still see those from time to time, but I think some companies like Nerf have kind of, you know, said, hey, you know, let's just make a standard missile, or I don't know. But I don't know. It's one of those things. I guess some people just are stuck on the concept of having a suction cup missile, which just rarely works. Nonetheless, it's cool in a video game because it works. So it really, like a Toy Box again, is to me safe. Obviously, if you're a fan of symbols, take that path. If you're a fan of the way the, you know, wind up punch and auto wind up with a gloved boxing hand looks, you'd want to go that route. Just, I think Winder may require a little bit more skill, kind of some strategy and setup time, but that said, we're going to take him to find out. I'd like to go to sleep right now, but I'm actually going to stay up, mainly because that top dummy is in critical mode, and I hope it stays like that. So, as always, thanks for watching. If you take that link at the top of the video description box, you will find a post dedicated to Wind Up. You'll see this video, Toy Box, and Winder will have damage numbers for each and every upgrade, and he may turn out to be somewhat easy to document. I was thinking, you know, being wound up might affect everything, but we'll see how it goes. And like I said, thanks for watching. Make sure you are subscribed. That will keep you up with all the latest. Of course, after we finish Wind Up, we are off from one of my most anticipated things, which is going to be the Undead upgrade session. So that should be a lot of fun there. But once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here as we check out maybe the Winder path with this guy. So we'll do that, and then my single pack Wind Up will probably take Toy Box. So stay tuned. We'll explore both paths and see what we think of them.